Hello everyone, hope you're having a fantastic day. Today we're going to start out with doing the last of the Thaleia quests. I unfortunately didn't have enough time to finish up the last one, and also my hand was hurting because I literally said while I was doing the raid that my hand was cramping up, so it was a good idea for me to stop. But once we do that last quest, we're also going to go ahead and unlock Margrat's custom deliveries. Those actually technically were able to be unlocked in 6.4 after we did the, what's that dungeon called, the Aether Font, but the actual custom deliveries weren't added until 6.5, so that's why we're waiting until now. Anyway, let's head on over to wherever the heck that place was. I don't know what the actual area is called. Let's see, the Passage of the Twelve's Embrace, and talk to Ostakon / Derek, and wrap up this last quest. First, we'll go ahead and talk with everyone, and then we'll talk to Derek. He's back! He's really back! I expect Derek has a few words to say. Let us lend him an ear. I think we did this last time, but I'll go ahead and talk to everyone anyway. It cannot have been easy for Derek. It cannot have been easy for Derek to come to this decision. I should like to hear what went through his mind. Ook ook. He's happy. I'm sure the baby Oppo Oppo is happy. Embraced by gods. Derek is the very picture of peace. What to say in such a moment? Best to speak from the heart, I suppose. I'm glad I'm back. I'm glad to be back. And we're glad to have you back. Glad hardly suffices to describe it. We're over the moon that you're still here, Derek. Or should we call you Oshkon? It's not. I always thought last time I was reading this and before I started this, I honestly thought there was a T in the name. But apparently it's Oshon? Sure, whatever. He's gonna want to go by Derek for sure. I no longer have Oshkon's power. Derek will do. I was remade from the portion of my essence that wasn't returned to the star. It will live out my days as a man, which is exactly what his dream would possibly be. Because literally he's the explorer, right? It's fits perfectly with what he would want to do. Kind of like Azim, if you think about it. And yet Azima, or however you say her name, is actually the one that's in Azim's essence, but whatever. Or at least named after Azim in history or whatever. May I ask what happened? No sooner had the 12 vanished than you reappeared before us. Got to open up chat just a second. You know, for all those chatters in this stream. At the very last, I couldn't bear it. Couldn't bear to say farewell. Your earnest friendship weighed down my steps. And this little fellow's fervent call halted them. Aww. I was overwhelmed by the keenest longing to remain among you and see more of the world I love. Upon seeing me torn, my brethren bade me follow my heart. I needed no further urging. We created the instrument of blessing in the faith that, one day, the star would no longer need our guiding hand. Thanks to you, the day has finally come. Ah, but I ramble. How uncharacteristic. Let's head back to the Umphalos, shall we? Well, we must return to Charlian. The Forum will be expecting a report. Oh, and you'll have quite a report to give them. Yet, if the entire truth were to be revealed to the public, it would shake the very foundation of the worship of the 12. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. This is kind of the kind of thing that you just don't report, you know, for the sake of everyone and the world. No, just your casual cover-up that all the gods are dead. Looks at Boshkon, except he's lost all his power. Impending or report, we shall do well to consult the Forum on what details are safe to disclose. Much pertaining to the field of mythology will need to be obfuscated, I fear. Worry not on my account. Inspired by our findings, I have a mind to examine the 12 in the context of reception theory. It's reception? Okay. The people's perception of deities are wont to be informed by their culture. That's true. I mean, that's exactly what I was talking about with, like, well, no, this happens more, this comes more into the context of with, like, the versions of the gods that we see in, like, the East, with, like, Doma and the Four Lords. Then we also have Thavnair with the sisters, and then the Eorzea has the 12. Although I don't think that's quite what she's talking about here. By comparing the differences across eras and regions, I believe we may uncover heretofore unseen aspects to the 12. Reception theory, you say? Most intriguing. I should like to see the fruits of your research when I visit Charlian. Oh, I'm sure he's gonna go to Charlian at some point. When you do, have care not to reveal who you used to be. Our scholars would be all over you like starved beasts, just like Andon when he went to the finale, that's what it's called again. Andon had the mind to start running. Or at least his sister was like, yeah, you should probably start running. I see. Perhaps I shall wait a while before I come calling. Before I came to you, I simply roamed the world. I had no objective, nothing I wished to find. Isn't that literally the definition of an explorer? Or adventurer? With this second chance I have, I mean to undertake my travels with a renewed perspective. Probably wants to meet people specifically for, and learn about their worship of the 12 or something. But ere I set out, he's gonna destroy it, isn't he? I would move my brethren's hopes elsewhere, to a place in men's midst. Okay. Like where? Oh, what a wonderful idea. If you don't mind, we should like to accompany you. By all means. We make for the Sanctum of the 12, in East Shroud, right, that's the chapel for the eternal bonding ceremonies. I think. I know there were 2 different times where I tried to go and go to an FC's wedding, and one of the times the groom accidentally slipped through it, and then the other time they had to postpone it for an hour or something, and I couldn't go both times. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk to everyone. The Sanctum of the 12. I couldn't imagine a more fitting place for their memories. The words of the monument are promised by the gods to watch over mankind. 'Tis comforting to know that their presence will that their promise will endure. As engrossed as we've been in our work, we've seldom had the chance to thus gather and relax. The last and only time would have been the meal at Revenant's Toll, I think. Yeah, that sounds about right. Feel free to go on ahead, my friend. Well, this won't be my last time here. I need a moment before I leave. Ook ook! Alright, let's head on over to East Shroud. I guess I should just click on the quest and check the map there. Yeah, Black Shroud, East Shroud, yeah, Bramble Patch. Go ahead and teleport over there. And we'll just go ahead and fly on up. Yeah, that's the chapel for the Ceremonies of Eternal Bonding. I didn't actually realize that they had a free one. It's like, no wonder I see a bunch of people just doing it. Alright. Yeah. We've arrived at our destination. I don't recall ever actually running all the way up this path. I think the only time I've been up there was, or the first time I went up there was after I got flying. Also, I had never noticed the symbols of the 12 are on the door there. Or on this. Ah, no matter how many times I visit the sanctum, its majesty never fails to move me. And the rich history, originally built during the dawn of the fifth astral era, it was reclaimed by the wood before being restored in the wake of the calamity. Truly, it stands as a testament to the influence that magical civilizations and city-states have had upon Eorzean culture. This sanctum harbors the hopes of men, and now those of my brethren shall join them. If you are not averse, I would speak a little of my brethren. That is, those individuals whose essence lent them form. As it pertains to another age, some concepts may be foreign to you, but would you be interested nonetheless? Sure, why not? Excellent. And when he says these concepts, does he mean like they're gonna be like not humanoid? Or is he gonna just say some stuff that's a bit weird? Margrat was a man with a gift for creating inanimate objects such as buildings and furnishings. With his abilities, he served a supervisory role at the Bureau of the Architect. Of course he did. Just like the Forum. Where he was nothing short of a pillar. His chief was carefree to a fault, you see, and he took it upon himself to ensure the work was done. Wait, was the chief Hythlodaeus? That'd be really funny. Ralgar was a brawny man whom Vana encountered on her travels. They quickly struck up a friendship, and he joined her on a quest to destroy an enormous meteor. You can see where Azim gets it when Azim just jumps in a volcano to save a city. It's perfect. He joined her on a quest to destroy an enormous meteor that was hurtling towards the star. Just fair to say, this event gave rise to the legends surrounding the destroyer. Azima was a woman who served as a judicial officer in the Bureau of the Administrator, an experience which served her well as the warden. She was an ardent proponent of the seat of Azim, of course, see, that's why she's got the Azim name, and dreamed of training under Vana and her successor. Nodthal was a close personal friend of mine, a merchant by trade. He was outwardly gregarious. I think it's gregarious. I don't know exactly what it means, but he was outwardly gregarious, but also possessed a reserved side and a quiet joy in his passion for ore. When men began treating him as a dual-aspected god, it reminded me of the person he used to be, and I cannot help but be struck with a pang of nostalgia. Nafika was a landscape architect of great repute who grew plants gathered from the star over. Despite being skilled in magic, she preferred to nurture plants as nature intended, and her garden ever bloomed with beautiful flowers. All who visited were said to leave with their souls salved. Ethilk was a researcher who observed newly made creations in Elpis. Although it was his sister's urging that he first join our faction, he soon became a stalwart believer in the cause, and always took the initiative in discussion. Halon was a formidable warrior tasked with hunting creations that were deemed detrimental to the star. For her prowess, she had been regarded as a leading candidate for the seat of Pashtarot, preserver of discipline and order. Well, that would fit really well. Benfina was the youngest among us, a student affiliated with the Words of Lahavbrea at the Academia Anidir. Even within the prestigious institution, she was considered a prodigy, and hers were the hands that created the magic to isolate and seal Zodiac. Oh, that's interesting. Wait. Oh no, okay. I was thinking there was something to connect her with the moon, but that's Dalmud, not our current moon, not Marilumentor. Is that the actual name of the moon, or is that just a place on the moon? Anyway. Thaleia was the headmaster of the Academia Anidir. Well, that fits. A man of learning and leadership both. He presided over the institution's myriad of faculties. No known phenomenon existed in which he wasn't versed. Words do not do justice to express the remarkable scholar that he was, and that's why he is the immortalized in Charlian with the statue and the everything. Nemia was an observer in Elpis, like her older brother Elthic. She possessed a caring and inquisitive nature, and was liked and trusted by her peers. Lim Leon was a researcher at Medbasos Thalasi. I'm never going to pronounce these ancient name things right. A faculty for the observation and evaluation of sea life, and that's why she's the navigator. So passionate was she about her work, she once threw a knife at someone who inadvertently came too close to her observation subject. And of course, Oscon was a traveler whom Fana encountered in the wilderness. They shared a campfire and discussed at length what it meant to be free. Leaving my hopes as the wanderer in this place, I shall set forth anew, as simply a man named Derek. And last but not least, the Watcher. He was the chief archivist at Eneminis Onidur, and respected Fana deeply as an individual, even as he cared for her as a dear friend. Indeed, among our number, none was more devoted to Fana, and that devotion made him best suited to his duty, and the solitude that accompanies it. Yeah, because he was just up there by himself for the most part. Like, he had kind of had the Lawperts, but, like... That is all. Just a lot to remember, but I should be glad if they remain with you in some way. We're grateful that you should share with us these new aspects of Hydaelyn and the 12. Thank you. Well, 'tis past time we headed back to Sharlayan. It wouldn't do to keep Ojiko waiting. I assume you'll be traveling via Limsa, in which case, allow us to see you off from there. Till now, I've wandered alone, but as I recently learned, a journey is better shared. So, like, if I come here, is there, like, something I can interact with, or is this just, like... And it's probably just for the cutscene. Alright, let's head on over to Limsa, and I think I accidentally set my... Yeah, I accidentally set my home point to Best Ways Burrow. So, just give me a second. Let's just go ahead and, yeah, let's teleport over there. I'm gonna reset my home point real quick, because, I don't want my home point to be Best Ways Burrow. Okay, let's fix that real quick. Yeah, set home point. Alright, so let's head on over to the dock. Okay, no, apparently not. Not quite. There he is, leaning against the wall. Ook! I didn't mean for it to come out like that. Our friends are presently booking their passage. That's a good thing you're actually standing out of the rain this time, unlike them. Really funny if they're still just standing in the rain. Yeah, I don't know if they're actually over the overhang or not, but they just dried off, so that means they're just barely not under the rain. Anyway. That's where you were. There's room aboard the next ship, so we'll be setting sail shortly. Oh, Derek, no sooner do we arrive in a crowded place than you up and disappear. Just force of habit, in order to avoid people. Hey, he doesn't really need to do that anymore. But I needn't do so anymore, do I? On the contrary, I should embrace the chance to connect with other souls. As your comrades, we completely agree. And remember, you're always welcome at the Belthizian Annex, so be sure to pay us a visit. You may depend on it. Thank you, Derek, for giving us your trust. And thank you as well, Brillian. Had you not been with us, we would have struggled to grant the 12 their wish. Well, yeah. The quest also wouldn't have started. Well, we had best find our vessel. While the report remains to be compiled, I believe we can officially declare our investigation complete. Till next we meet, my friends. Yep, Derek's gonna have one last thing to say, doesn't he? Come on, Derek, wave. Do you still have time, Brilliant? I mean, I guess. Ere I embark on my journey, there's a place nearby I would like to visit. May I ask you to accompany me? I mean, sure. Thank you. Come. We shall head outside the city via the Tempest Gate. Which one is that again? I just used my Aetheryte to teleport out. I never actually look at the name. Oops. I never actually look at the name of the gate. I just pick the one that says Lower or Eastern Lenosha. Let's see. Tempest Gate is Lower Lenosha. Okay. Is he going to take us to the stone in the south? Let's see. Where are you, Derek? There you are. Don't forget to talk to the baby Opo. Ook! Hear the winds whip in the sea like a storm ball. Yeah, it's also raining. But I've always found the sensation quite invigorating. Lest you wonder, I intended to strike west, and thence make my way through Upper and Outer Lenosha. And in order to mark my new beginning as a man, en route, I wish to see Oshkon's embrace with you. Oh right, that's his place. I don't know where that is. Oh wait, is that up in Upper Lenosha? Or Outer Lenosha? I'm thinking of a place where it might be. Oh, we'll see. You need only accompany me across the bridge. These locations were obviously a lot more important in 1.0 when you were getting ready, because each of the Scions were praying at each one of these statues and stuff. Like, if I recall correctly, Thancred was praying at the stone in Eastern Lenosha. I think there's one in Eastern Lenosha. The Populi Moida were praying at Nalfika's altar in Gordania. Y'shtola was praying at Nymea? I don't think it's Nymea. There's one in Lower Lenosha. I can't open the map right now. Where I think she was praying, and I forget. I think there was a fourth one that they showed that was praying, but I forget who it was. Anyway. From here, I shall continue on my own. I can go back and check that. It's in the ARR Flames of Truth. Yeah. Just accompanying him to the gate. The stone I'm thinking of, I believe, is down here. I think it's I think it's Nymea. She's the one with the spinning wheel, I think. Which kind of threw me off. Alright, Derek. Of course, baby Opopo. Okok. Such a great wave that ripped the gods. What? Such a great wave that ripped the gods' grip from the main. Okay, sure. In the wake of the calamity, my brethren and I were all occupied with our respective duties. This is my very first time seeing the bridge. I have no idea what the significance of this bridge is. Clearly it's a 1.0 and calamity thing. Shall we then? I mean, I guess. Follow Derek's lead, try not to fall behind. Okay. Sure, Derek. Maybe if you start walking, though. Hold on, what is walk again? I don't have a numpad, so I gotta remember. Isn't it insert or something? Yeah, whatever. Oh, I'm not reading it. Oh, come on, it's not showing up here? Normally it does. Ah, such an invigorating breed. Okay, it's not anything that... He's not doing a lore dump or anything. Your beauty knows no bounds, it says as it's pouring rain. Clearly, you were lost in thought. Also, there's just a random la here. Slash push? That seems slightly dangerous, sir. I look forward to the bridge's completion. Isn't complete. Oh, that's all. Tis a fine bridge, boasting splendid views and brimming with life. The very image of a man's determination to overcome adversity. I'm honored that I should be named Oxcon. Alright, let's talk to Derek and wrap this up. Well, this is as far as I asked you to come. Oh, is this bridge called like Oscon something? And whatever. But if you were willing, might we converse a little more? It occurs to me that I hadn't asked you about your opinion on the 12. Well, now that they're dead, I don't really care. How you personally perceive us, for instance, or what you felt when you faced us. Your words from the heart, I would take with me as a memento. Derek, you're walking away. You asked me a question and then you walk away. No, at least the rain stopped. Is that so? The others will be glad to hear that. Thank you for humoring me, Brilliant, and apologies for keeping you so long. I'm ready to set forth now, to witness a world filled with our blessing. Okay, that's why the weather changed, because they purposely set the time to a certain time for this cutscene. So that you could see dawn, I think. Yeah, it'd be kind of weird if it... Yeah, whatever. To begin with, I shall tour Lenosha and visit those locales which are named after the 12. After which, I shall go wherever the wind blows. Together with this fellow, of course, until such a time as he tires of my company. This time, I shall embrace the joy of meeting and accepting... This time, I shall embrace the joy of meeting and accept the sorrow of parting. And when the time comes for me to return to the star, I shall share my experiences with my brethren. Needless to say, your words will feature prominently in my recounting. Well, that was nice. It's really cool to see that he's, like, come full circle, because at first he was like, I don't really want to become friends with anyone, or get close to anyone, and now he's like, now he's just full on accepting of friendship and parting and everything. You'll continue your own journeys, will you not? Of course, I've still got more MSQ to do. Then I shall look for you out there. Fare you well, my friend, and may the 12 bless you and keep you. It'd be really cool if we could just find him kind of like you do with Omega and Alpha. Because you can just find them randomly in certain places. Myths of the Realm. Let's see, 12's-fold blessing and one among wonders, Orchestrion scroll. The paintings of the 12 are now available for purchase. Ah, cool. I don't know why I would need anything except for the cryo painting. I mean, what? Oh, right. I already gave my 2 cents about the ending there in the last part, but I'll go ahead and just do a short recap while I update the stream text. Basically, my understanding, or at least my idea of what happened, or the reason why they decided to sort of just like kill off the 12 in this, is because the 12 were relics from 1.0. They were relevant and integral to the plot in 1.0 to get them to, in order to protect the star from Bahamut and stuff, and be able to reseal him. And then in ARR, I think they kept them around because, well, they're gods, you can't just write them out of the story. But also, I think they did intend for them to be a little more of a centerpiece in the story, but they ended up not really using them that much. So now, with Endwalker wrapping up the main story that they had set up in ARR and kind of in a little bit in using 1.0 lore, they just want to wipe the slate clean so they can start with their next 10 years or 10-year journey or whatever. At least that's my idea of why they did this. Because I know a lot of people are not happy with it, and I completely understand why. Anyway, next is we're gonna unlock Margrat, and I believe the quest starts at Old Charlian. And let me double check, I have it up here. It's called A Request of One's Own from Theopoldin. And I've seen him a couple times. He's down over by the dock. Yeah, he's right here. Request of One's Own. I'll need to switch over to Disciple of Handerland. Or Crafting or Gatherer. So I'll just pick Carpenter. Still got my full indicators. This apparently indicators last you all the way through Dawn Trail, or up to level 90. So like I'll be just fine once I actually can get to Dawn Trail crafting. Anyway, let's go and talk to Theopoldin and get started on unlocking Margrat custom deliveries. A request of one's own. Theopoldin is chatting animatedly with a gleaner. He looks like someone to be called Theopoldin. Pray see that it is done. Thank you for your unwavering service. Oh, Thaleia be good. I didn't see you there. I trust you have been well, and the twins. Perhaps I should reintroduce myself. Our meeting was passing brief after all. My name is Theopoldin. Well, that's why you have the text above your head. Of course I know what your name is. And I oversee the researches in the Printhos. During the final days, you and the Levier children assisted me in exchange for stories about their mother and father. Oh, I remember him now. Okay. Although I'm sure the issue of the Aetherburner weighed heavier on your mind than your personal anecdotes at the time. You Scions truly managed to do the impossible. Our star owes you its salvation. Well, yeah, I'm the main character. Moreover, your spectacular voyage through the great expanse has driven our researchers to pursue greater heights of development and innovation. We don't have another apocalypse scheduled, do we? Oh, are you building more toy boats or starfaring vessels? Not so far. Not so far as I'm aware. No, for a blessing, what we couldn't What we currently concern ourselves with in the Printhos is far less dire. Would you care to join me below? You can see for yourself what our researchers have been busying themselves with these days. Our cleaners have just delivered some missives that I must distribute, and I would be greatly honored by your company. Sure, why not? Marvelous. I have no doubt your presence will brighten many a day. In that case, where might we begin? Ah, yes. Why don't we pay Margrat a visit first? Quite gregarious, that one. Always eager to share her opinion. Yes, we met her. Her laboratory is the eastern side of Charlene Hamlet, so let us be off. Yeah, she was a bit crazy. I mean, no more than your average Charlian scientist person, but maybe she just kind of thought sleep was for the weak, and eating, and drinking, and anything that would need to be needed to keep yourself alive. Anyway, let's head on over to Labyrinthos. Oh, cool, that's right. I've actually been doing triple triad grinding, and this was one of the NPCs that I needed to actually unlock before I could start grinding them. Anyway, let's head on into Labyrinthos, and I'll teleport over to wherever we need to. Let's see, yep, in the Charlene Hamlet. There it is. I gotta hold down control because I've got too many of these side quests since I haven't done almost any of them. Alright, Margrat and Theopolden. Whoops, that's right, there they are. This is the place. Let's see if she's in. Could have sworn that she was over here. Not over here. Anyway. Talk to a relaxing researcher. Can I help you with something? Yes, in fact. My apologies for intruding upon your break. But is Margrat available for a chat? Oh, no, she, left for Thesaurus. Thesaurus, I think. She mentioned something about a request, or getting something off her chest. I couldn't say for sure. Thesaurus is a collective that oversees synonyms and antonyms. I mean, what? Oversees the allocation of research material. So naturally, they have a branch here in Charlene Hamlet. From quills to guild-ship commissions, Thesaurus is one-stop provider of countless invaluable services. They are committed to ensuring our researchers have what they need to perform their work effectively and efficiently. I'm sure Margrat will be kind enough to expound. Oh yeah, I'm sure she will. Will be kind enough to expound upon their offerings in exhausting detail when we find her. It's the building just across the plaza. Wait, is that okay? No, it's over here. Let's see. Oh, okay, it's actually like a building we can go into. Right, Theopolden? Hold din. There's a D there. I see someone's doing their custom deliveries. Here we are. I assume we'll find Margrat with our receptionist. Ah, there she is. That I should have to explain it is an affront to common sense, but our development of Labyrinthos infrastructure has been painstakingly rational, as befits this intellectual community. Margrat, please. We have never shirked our duty to share the returns of our research, be they informational or monetary, and Emporia's ledgers can surely attest to the equitable distribution of such dividends. Since the rational system is designed to create a self-sustaining cycle of funding for our research, it is only logical to conclude that nothing is rotten in the state of Charlene Hamlet. I do not want to deal with this person. But do you know what is rotten, Hodge? What is hastening our decency, body and soul? Oh, decay. What is hastening our decay, body and soul? The goddamn chairs, Hodge! She's here to complain about the chairs. The blank, soulless walls, the complete inability to requisition anything deemed irrelevant to our research despite the abundant benefits they may provide, the sustainment of the sanity and well-being of our researchers. Wasn't she the one going crazy in 6.4? Tell me, this mighty labyrinthos bereft of wealth or compassion? I'd like to know, Hodge. When I said she was eager to share her opinions, I confess this was not what I had in mind. Margrat, would you kindly stop berating Hodge for doing his job? Poor Hodge. Berating? No, I'm merely submitting a request for answers regarding systematic failures whilst operating my assessment of the situation. She said offering, not operating. Whoops. But now that you're here, sir, perhaps you can use your authority to remedy this latest injustice. Would that I could, Margrat. Sadly, our resources have their limits, but I assure you that our associates at Thesaurus will continue to make every effort to ensure each request receives due consideration. Furthermore, in light of the correspondence I just received from your collaborators, you have more pressing matters to attend to. They say, and I quote, "We appreciate your concerns regarding the current schedule. Nevertheless, we wish to proceed according to initially scheduled projections. Respectfully yours, etc." Yeah, why? Why does this always happen? What about the word impossible is so difficult to comprehend? Do they think we're exaggerating? Or is it the air too thin at the mountaintops of privilege from which our superiors deign to issue commandments? Why is it that when we dare to hope that perhaps this time it will be different, it always ends in the same catastrophe of unlearned lessons? Do it again, but faster! Sacrifice health, hygiene, personal happiness as you feed the furnace. Its hunger for your labor is insatiable. Oh, minion, when you're everything on the altar of glorious progress. Yeah, I think she snapped. Oh, I can't stand it anymore. Take my life, my liberty. Just leave my fluffy bed. I've only just remembered its gentle caress. Okay, now I kind of feel bad for her. Because in 6.4 she was going crazy, and I thought she was just a crazy Charlian researcher. Now I realize that she's like just plain snapped. Need to take a drink after the yelling. But no, after ripping us from the bosom of what meager comforts our servitude affords, they now expect us to bruise our buttocks upon chairs harder than the heads of the whole forum combined. And that's what she's complaining about. Well, I guess I am a carpenter. I can kind of try and make you some more chairs. Upon the slags of the greedy guild pinchers refuse to replace on the grounds they are not essential for our work, despite the cries of our lower backs for succor, mournful and ceaseless and distracting, stifling geniuses and innovation. Can I help somehow? I swear to you, here and now, that I will make you a new chair if you stop talking, yes. Wait a moment. I've seen you somewhere before. Yeah, I was in 6.4. Aether tanks! That's right, Aether tanks! I remember now, that's not my name. Wait, you'd make me a chair? So, in other words, you're an artisan? Yep. And a humorist, too, I see. Your jest is most welcome in these trying times. I wasn't jesting. Please shut up. I doubt I was half the help to you as you would be to me, but I'm prepared to impose upon your goodwill, if it will yield us even an ounce of respite. May I? Sure. As long as you give me some purple and orange scripts, we're good. Oh, I knew it. You exude a kindness that other people in our immediate vicinity decidedly lack. I'll get straight to the point. Our bums are sore and our backs are curled like finger shrimp. Well, yeah, you're hunched over desks. Of course you're gonna have shrimp posture. Anything to help alleviate our pains would be gratefully appreciated. Cushions, massage instruments, herbal supplements, anything. Oh, and should you fear that a surplus of generosity might go to waste, know that there is no shortage of achy researchers in my laboratory. So all donations are put to good use. Rest assured, you will be compensated with more than our glowing gratitude, too. You're adventuring types like those colorful scripts, don't you? Yes, we do. Well, I have a veritable tons of them left over from an old project, so they are yours should they bring you joy. Oh, sounds good to me. Plus a lot of experience. Well, your gesture humbles us. I would hate to think Margrat is pressing you with her overzealousness. Are you sure this arrangement would not be an imposition? Nope, not at all. I mean, she literally just said she'd pay me. Well, it is your prerogative, and I am sure your efforts will be appreciated by all. Hodge, coordinate with the distribution of Margrat's scripts so we may establish a provisional exchange in these offices for our new partner's convenience. Understood. Yeah, I'm just gonna say R. At the far desk, we'll see that you are furnished with whatever supplies you require. Do not hesitate to make use of her services. I have other missives in need of delivery, so I shall leave you to it. But please, take care not to overexert yourself. Well, considering I'm just gonna, like, quick craft these with, train die and groundwork, it probably won't be that difficult. I think I have high enough crafting to do that. Actually, no, the Emeliance ones are, like, 93? I don't remember how high the Andon ones are, but maybe these will be higher level. Anyway. Be advised, I will hold you responsible if she does. Okay. I thought she had gone off the deep end because she was a Charlene researcher who never got any sleep. No, it turns out she's a Charlene researcher who realizes that other Charlene researchers are crazy. Right. To avoid the Apollon's wrath, why don't we start with 3 items or so? Your best material for backaches in exchange for my colorful scripts. Scripts, there's no T in there. I look forward to seeing what you deliver. Sounds good to me, and they actually give me some decent food. Though I have some HQT in my inventory, so it doesn't really matter. I guess I could use those when I eventually get to... What's the thing called? Dawn Trail crafting, but whatever. Alright, what are we making? See, I'll make sure to go ahead and do my other custom deliveries later. And so I believe with these, you only need 3. Okay, so we'll go ahead and make some cushions. Yeah, I can just quick craft these. So I'll go ahead and buy 3 cushion materials from R here. And they realize there's no point in giving the lower level materia here, because you're just gonna buy grade 8 at here. Okay, let's get 3 cushion materials. Go ahead and quick craft those. my very complicated macro. Yeah, because I've already just been doing, I was doing GC turn-ins, but now I'm actually getting Dawn Trail items, so I can't really, well, I can make them, but I don't really want to buy all the materials from off the market board for it. Anyway, those are the 3 that I think we need, so let's go ahead and give them to Margrat. Oh, let's actually read that. To hear Theosaurus' excuses, one might think it necessary to sell your firstborn to afford a comfortable chair and desk. Surely it isn't impossible to properly furnish a laboratory on a budget. Let's see, items on with Margrat. Yeah, this is normal stuff. Yeah. Wait, what's it say here? Corresponding class level 80 or above. If you are 99 or below, you will be awarded experience. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and turn these 3 in. Oh, let's actually read that. Alright, yeah, I only need 3 of them. Let's actually read this. Oh, right. Give me a second. Let's see, good. Script exchanges here. So, I forget what materia I needed for gathering or crafting. Oh, for a second I thought I only had, yeah, this is what I have access to. Okay. So, how many do I have of this? I only have 7 of those. I don't think I actually need very many of those. Or those. Yeah, I bought some more of those. I'll just go ahead and buy like 5 of these. Okay, that should be enough for today. Alright, Margrat, here's 2 more cushions. Let's actually read this. Sometimes a good cushion is all you need to transform any old chair into posterior paradise. I've even heard of designs that incorporate gelatinous material sourced from, well, so long as it's comfortable, right? Oh, you know, I should probably think about doing one of each of these. You would normally fling items of extraordinary quality to whomever is needed, because such behavior may condition people to trail behind like awestruck ducklings, myself included. I wonder if this changes if the quality is a little bit lower. I also wonder if it also looks like you get different dialogue for that first one depending on which item you turn in. I'm not an absolute completionist that wants to document every single dialogue option, so I'm not gonna bother trying to turn in one of each of them. That'd also be kind of a pain to do. So I'm just gonna continue doing the crafting ones like we have been doing. Anyway, let's go ahead and do this. This will actually give me 93 Carpenter too. Yeah, just barely. They should make all the difference. Wait here, I'll go and deliver them to my colleagues. The results are in. Those items you procured for us are the best thing since sliced Archon loaf. Yeah, I think she's gone off the deep end. No longer shall our backs suffer from crinks and cramps of outrageous furniture. With renewed health and mental clarity, may we set upon our work and meet our deadlines without need for extensions. Probably. Theatrics aside, we are very grateful to you, kind lady. I'm afraid my complaints supersede a more civilized greeting, so allow me to properly introduce myself. You already did, didn't you? My name is Margrat, and I work as a specialist in propulsion engineering here in Charlene Hamlet. Under the supervision of Kokol Dokol, my team participated in the development of not just the Aether Burner, but the myriad ancillary propulsion system of the Ragnarok. As our assignments concerned the crux of the project, we worked in tandem with a variety of other laboratories. My team was charged with performing analysis of the physical and ethereal phenomenon to which the internal components would be subjected. Another team calculated the necessary energy costs of all propulsion systems and proposed refinements to improve ethereal conductivity. And yet another team drafted the plans that reconciled all our disparate findings into one cohesive image. Thus we spun our web of productivity. course, a specialist is only as special as the demand for their expertise. So once the final days were thwarted and the threat to our lives no more, the threat to our livelihoods reared its ugly head. Thankfully, our experience with the Ragnarok was valuable. Thankfully, our experience with the Ragnarok was of value to Garland Ironworks, who offered my team the opportunity to collaborate on new airship engines, and so we live to labor another day. I wonder if that's gonna play into how we're actually gonna get to the southern. No, we're gonna get to the southern continent at Dawn Trail on a boat. I'm pretty sure. Plus, we already saw what's her name? Well, we don't know her name yet, but the Hrothgal that everyone was going crazy for at the end of 6.5 and 6.55. Anyway, let's continue. True to their Garlean roots, they rely heavily on ceruleum to power their engines, but with a few adjustments, raw ether can also... Ah, but you know all about the ether's potential, don't you? Tell me, why did you need those tanks? No reason. It's not often, or ever really, that people come clamoring for tanks with the capacity to power an interstellar vessel. Fancied a jaunt to the moon, did you? Haha, yes, actually. Yeah, how do we answer this? So we actually did go to the moon. Multiple times, actually. You ripped a hole in the moon? To forestall void sent invasion? Yeah, because this was after 6.5. Pull the other one, it's got bells on it. Next you'll be claiming you're a scion. Next stop, Ultima Thule. Ma'am, do you not know, have you not seen my resume? Why are you giving me that look? Wait, what did you say your name was? The person who saved the world. Brilliant Mason? Right. The very brilliant Mason who went to Ultima Thule with the other scions. Ralgor smite you, Theopoldin. Would it have killed you to say something? All of us were so consumed by work back then that we never got so much as a glimpse of the scions, let alone... And now here I am, winging to you about back pain? What a laugh. Apologies. I had no idea we're the Brilliant Mason. It's, quite a lot to process. Thank you for taking the time to help us. And, if you were so inclined, we would be terribly grateful for your continued assistance. Theosaurus is unlikely to loosen its purse strings anytime soon, and we're still in dire need of things to improve our quality of life here in Labyrinthos. What say you? I'll make you an honorary member of our team, or better yet, my very own personal gleaner, no thanks. The honor would be mine. Compensation, benefits, saw you pay me, as they say. Yeah, let's do that. Spoken like a born freelancer. But to answer your question, I could paper the city with the amount of scripts I have lying around. You have my word that we shan't leave you waiting. And she does back to dancing. Yep, she's crazy. Alright, that was the first quest. And then we'll go ahead and do the other 3 turn-ins. Our kind collaborator. And yet there's so much work to be done. Research Charlie Hamlin, need myriad of needs. That in Margrat has a new favor to ask you. Yep. Pardon me. About the request I submitted earlier. Have they reached a consensus? All materials necessary for the current research have been allocated. Additional supplies will not be forthcoming. Oh, I see. Thus spoke the wise bureaucrats unto the obeisant workers. Tell us, which unreasonable desire did you dare voice to our overlords? It's like she's simultaneously hilarious and annoying. Oh, hello, Margrat. I didn't think it was that unreasonable, all things considered. What were we supposed to do now? As good a chance as any. I do believe we have our next commission. The despondent man you see before you is Roaring Spring. These male Rogan names. A fellow researcher formerly assigned to the Ragnarok project, albeit on a different team. I would be much obliged if you could procure whatever it was the sorrows refused him. He's gentle a soul, deserving of far better treatment than he's received, and I think you'll find his area of expertise fascinating. If you can guess what that is, well, I don't know. Rejoice, Roaring Spring. It just so happens that we have a special offer on all things Thesaurus is too parsimonious to provide. My great and benevolent gleaner friend will be happy to deliver your unreasonable desires. Like I said, I don't think it's that unreasonable. It's just, truly. Margaret, you should probably ask him what it is before you promise these kinds of things. Well, then, cat food? He just wants to feed the cats. Okay. I can see why this was turned down, but it's also, like, not that difficult. Or treats? Toys? Anything to amuse and delight our laboratory's kitty cats. Well, when she said he was a gentle soul, I think she said gentle soul, I forget the exact word she used. Yeah, okay, I can see this. Their comfort is our comfort. Their happiness our happiness. Anything in bulk would be greatly appreciated. Okay. It's for the cats, not the kids, the cats. They're way more important. Kitty cats. Since when did you and your colleagues become so adorable? A bit of a surprising request, but we can hardly fault him for his passion. See what you can come up with, and I'll be sure to pass it along. Custom deliveries? Yeah, making a delivery, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna need to make 3 cat toy materials or whatever. Yeah, feline recreational device. Okay. Let's go ahead and quickly get those done. And then I think that's all we're gonna be doing for today. Let's see, yeah, custom deliveries, Margaret, feline recreational, yeah. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, I forgot to check. Okay, yeah, I can. I didn't check what level it was, but I'm sure it's like 83 or something. Which basically means I can easily quickly craft it. Yeah, it's at 82, so I'll be able to quick craft all the way through the 83 ones. Which means I'll be able to quick craft them next week as well. Following week I'll need to think tiny bit, but it should be easy still. Sir, ma'am. Alright, here are the 3 cat toys. Hello, my fair cleaner. How goes the campaign of feline satisfaction? Well, here's a cat toy. Treats and toys seem like a promising candidates, but whether your devotion will be required for long, if at all, depends on the kitty in question. Perhaps a wad of crinkly paper or a simple box will suffice. Yeah, that sounds about right. Do you normally think? Yeah, that's the same thing as usual. Okay, let's go ahead and turn on the other two. Yeah, do you normally... Alright, let's read this out. Why have I not returned to my lab and my other neglected responsibilities? Never you fear. I'll tend to the perpetual bin fires just as soon as you leave. You're in no hurry to go, right? You have delivered weekly maximum? Yeah. Okay. That's gonna be okay. Looks like we're done with the Margrat custom deliveries. Now I still need to do Amelian's custom deliveries, or at least that's the one that I'm on, because I finished all the other custom delivery NPCs up to her. Let's see, Sylvie, Manago, Kier, Milto, Jared. Yeah. I finished all of the achievements for all of these, so now I've actually just only got these three left. Anyway, let's run on over here to wrap things up. Today was a short stream, but I mean, this is what I wanted to get done. I wish I could have done this on Sunday, but I just plain couldn't do it. Anyway, that's gonna be all for today. We have, I believe, finished up all of the 6.4 content that I was planning on doing. And let me fix something real quick. This was actually only 48 minutes or so. Yeah, just a second. Forgot to do something. Oh, come on. Yeah, just give me that. There we go. Okay, and it's took like 20. Say 23. All right. Okay, it's just plain broken. Hold on. Stupid thing's broken. Of course it is, whatever. Alright, that's gonna be all for today. We didn't do very much, but those are two things that I wanted to get done. And I believe these are the last things that are left for 6.5. Let's see, hold on. I was writing some stuff down here, but I need to write this down correctly. Wait, don't we have the last bit of Hildebrand left? Okay, there's Andon. It's a new fun adventure. Tarot's Grand Endeavor. That's not what I want. I forgot to write down notes for some of these stuff, didn't I? Where the heck is the... Oh well, I'll figure this out later. That's gonna be all for today. Like I said multiple times already. The next scheduled stream I'm gonna do on Saturday, where I think we're gonna start 6.55. Actually, I need to pull this up, because I'm gonna annoy myself if I don't. Okay, so we finished up Thaleia and we unlocked... Yeah, we're gonna start up 6.55. And then we will be technically done with MSQ. I think we should be able to finish that in one stream, but we'll see that. And then yeah, we'll be done with MSQ. But then we still need to do the Hildebrand quests, Satara's Grand Endeavor, and the Master Allied Society quests, because now that's what they're called. Anyway, that's gonna be all for today. And until next time, goodbye.